We on? Starting? It's good? We're good. We're on. Live. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for joining us for the latest SilviaFindings live stream catalog thing. If you're new here, hi. Welcome. Not sure why you picked this video, which I think is 39th, 40th, something. I wasn't paying attention. their fingers, you know, so these sides are always going to be polished, but the tips of the prongs are the things that get polished all day long by every time you put your hand in your pocket, every time you rub up against something. Anyway, so that's not so much of an issue. But you just have to be careful not to remove the rhodium plating from too much of this. And there are tricks to do that, which I'm going to talk about in that dressing video. MTR035 with a retail price of $17.63 and a wholesale price of $12.83. This is for a 7x9mm oval. I love this kind of wraparound effect, right? How they both sort of wrap around each other. Very cool, very neat. This ring for cabochon, but you could put a cut stone in here. I wouldn't feel weird doing that at all. Moving right along. 45 minutes. We're going there. We're getting there. MTR002B, like boy, with a retail price of $15.67 and a wholesale price of $9.80. And this is for 7x9mm oval cabochons, cut stones. Any of these things will work. They're all super. I love this split shank, how it's kind of almost like pulled up and down so that this looks like it's holding the seat against the bottom ones. Obviously it's not, but it's just a very cool effect, right? I love that. Very simple. And I'm also a big fan of open, smooth halos. You know, I mean, the halos with cubic zirconias all the way around are cool, but I just like that open framework look to it. MTR006 with a retail price of $15.93 and a wholesale price of $10.31. This is for a 6x8mm oval. Boy, cabochon, cut stone, anything you put in here would look gorgeous. We've got these two chevrons of cubic zirconias on the sides, and that you know, kind of smooth open framework that sort of, I guess, kind of like a halo, not really, but that similar effect of that. Just lovely ring. Plus everybody likes a little bling in their rings, right? MTR 344 with a retail price of $23.57 and a wholesale price of $15.71. This is for a 7x9mm oval. Let's see, boy, I would put I guess ostensibly you could put a cut stone in here because it's a nice deep basket. It's got that hybrid seat though. The prongs are flat on the inside, so cabochon fit in there too. Yeah, I think a cut stone would be better, but you could definitely put a cab in here. And this is also another one of those slightly diagonal settings, right? So if the ring is parallel there, right, you can see that's a little bit thing. With that cubic zirconias, trios of cubic zirconias on the sides, quite lovely. And we've got our first triangular ring of the day, MTR 390 with a retail price of $16.65 and a wholesale price of $11.65. This is for a 9x9mm trillion. This looks like it was bent. Oh boy. For 9mm trillion stone, right? So and we had a discussion actually just this morning about this, it seems like there's no industry standard for how to measure trillions. Now, ostensibly, if this were triangular, right, perfectly round, some people measure it from the corner to the corner. Other people measure it from the corner to the opposite flat side. That's generally how we do it. Yeah, but anyway, neither here nor there. Very simple framework, split shank, open seating, a nice big hybrid seat. So might be tricky with a cut stone depending on how deep the pavilion is, but I would try it, definitely. Cabochon or a cut stone in there. MTR 129 with a retail price of $16.73 and a wholesale price of $13.81. This is for a 6x8mm oval cabochon or cut stone. Probably a cut stone is better in here. just because the prongs are not super tall, although the basket is not super deep. So, boy, try anything in here. A nice shallow cut stone or a low dome cabochon. Very simple concept, right? With that little swoop, mirror image of each other. Very simple, but very cute. I love it. MTR 277 with a retail price of $18.56 and a wholesale price of $11.61. This is for a 5mm square stone, cabochon or cut stone. Boy, anything will work in there, right? The prongs are outside the edge, and these are not dressed at all. So, you know, depending on how the corners of your square stone is, you may need to either file notches in here or file the inside flat, right? They're not round prongs per se. They're a little bit, you know, flattened, kind of like flattened round. But there are no notches on the inside, so you just have to either carve those yourself if it's a flat stone with a pointy corner, or just beware. And they're pretty tall too, so you probably need to dress those anyway. Very cool split shank with the little or very big granulation, right, in the top. It's not actual granulation, that's just cast that way, but it's a very cool look. Our next ring, MTR, what is it, 031, with a retail price of $19.49 and a wholesale price of $14.47. This is for an 8x10mm oval. I love these, I don't know, chevrons-ish things in the sides, right? And a little ring. Sort of that wide halo-ish look of the floating seat, I call it. There's, you know, they're joined between the outside frame and the seat by the prongs, which is a very cool design effect. MTR 014 with a retail price of $18.27 and a wholesale price of $11.42. This is for a 6x8mm oval cabochon or cut stone. Another where's those well, whatever. It's spiritual cousin for a couple of other rings that we have that are similar to this. This one, the split shank splits off into kind of like a branchy sort of look with a cubic zirconia in there, as mirrored on the other side. Very simple basket, you know, good size. So cut stone, cabochon. This is a hybrid setting, so you can put whatever you want in there. No trouble. Here's one. MTR 025 with a retail price of $15.26 and a wholesale price of $10.75. This is for a 6x8mm oval. Boy, cabochon, definitely cut stone. Maybe if the pavilion is not super deep, the seat is see that flat seat with the prongs are flat on the inside. They're not pre-notched, so ostensibly this is designed for a cabochon, but I don't know, I don't think I would feel weird putting a cut stone in there if it fit and the culet didn't extend into the finger space. The new word of the day. I love this split shank with the kind of that I don't know, whale tail sort of look, or just, I don't know, two little oval teardrop splashes with the cubic zirconias inside there. Very cute. MTR 033 with a retail price of $18.25 and a wholesale price of $13.38. This is for an 8x9 oval, and you might be able to get away with, no, I don't want to say. Very cute, stacked, kind kind of curvy elements all the way around that, right, to create the seat. Kind of gives like sort of a floral, sort of a chrysanthemum effect. I don't know. You can call it whatever you want. Retail price MTR 032 with a retail price of $17.93 and a wholesale price of $13.08. This is for another 8x10 oval cabochon or cut stone. Very cool. I don't know, twisty knots sort of thing. Pattern on the side. Right. Mirror image to each other. Oh, sorry, that was not in the camera eye. There we go. Right, very cool twisty sides with some flourishes, terminating in that regular old seat. This one, I love this one. MTR 064 with a retail price of $30.43 and a wholesale price of $19.02. This is for an 8x10 millimeter oval. Cut stone for sure is what's ideal in here because the prongs are not super tall and they're pre-notched, so cut stone is ideal for this. Although if it's a low dome cab, you can definitely put that in there. This is one ring where I would say if the cabochon has a slightly domed bottom, you know, might be easier than the flat bottomed cabs. I just had a image of the song by Queen, you know, Fat Bottomed Girl. Flat bottom cabs, you make the rockin' world go round. Okay. I love this kind of, I don't know, that binding effect, right? How it's just kind of lines, comes up. And if you'd have told me this morning that, hey, you're going to be singing along to a Queen song in your live stream, you might have said, yeah, no, I doubt it. This, I think, is the last one we're going to do today. MTR 370, $18.14 is the retail price. $11.34 is the wholesale price. This is for a 7x9 millimeter oval cabochon or cut stone, and I just love, and I know we have a pendant like this that's almost identical concept with these semicircles, right, of with the cubic zirconia set inside there, alternating with smooth semicircles. The basket is pretty deep, so cabochon or cut stone fits in there, and I just love that. I love that look, north, south, east, and west, with that cubic zirconia semicircles, which at the, I don't know, looking at it quickly at the right angle, it might look sort of like hearts, but they're not. They're, they're semicircles. They come all the way up and around. That is definitely one of my favorites, but I'm a big fan of that bling, that where there's lots of cubic zirconias set in there. And I guess it's probably because when I look at those kind of rings with the CZs set in them, especially when they're gypsy or flush mounted like this, I think of how insanely difficult it would be for me to fabricate this out of just regular metal instead of casting it, and why I love casting so much. So again, nice hybrid seat, cabochon or a cut stone would fit in here. You can put whatever you want in there. And that's it. Just one more thing that I didn't talk about that I should have, just remembering. When I mentioned the retail price and the wholesale price, in order to get the wholesale price, there's no other criteria that you need to spend $150 on your orders. And that's it, So, I got my little Superman tweak of the hair. So, yeah, that's it. So the wholesale price, you just need to spend $150. It doesn't have to be $150 of the same thing. It just has to be $150 total at the wholesale level, which if you register on the website for wholesale credentials, when you log out and then log back in with your wholesale credentials, you'll be on a mirror version of the site that has all the prices in wholesale. As you're adding stuff to your shopping cart, though, the prices will report as retail until you reach $150. Then the prices will change to be that thing. So there's no cheating, I guess. So that's it. And then 59 minutes. I did it under an hour again. I'm awesome. So, except I'm going to try to be quick with this salutation. Thanks for joining us. We'll be here next week again, Wednesday. I guess that's April. No. Whatever it is, next week. Wait, what is it? The 31st. It'll be the 31st. So March 31st, 10:30 Pacific time, and extrapolate it out to wherever you are. Or if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube or also on Facebook, which I guess I never really. We do post these on YouTube. 31st. Thank you. Yes, we do post these on YouTube after, don't we? Or is these only on Facebook?
I think we're going to share a link or something.
Okay, well, whatever. Wherever you're watching this, if you're watching this after the fact, congratulations for sticking with it for an hour. Thing. Yes, we do. Yes, so these are definitely also on YouTube. So if you're looking at that after the fact, just so you know, whatever. Neither here nor there. So take care of yourself. Take care of the planet. Take care of your mental health. Stay strong. Stay safe. Keep making stuff. Most important thing. Just keep making stuff. A little shorthand. Don't let external factors stop you from making stuff. Having writer's block, having a jewelry block, or sometimes when you're creating and you get stuck and you can't think your way through it. It doesn't matter. Just make something that you've made before that you're good at, that you can do mindlessly. The synapses will start firing and start reestablishing connections, and you'll start getting back into it. Making something that is ugly and awful and terrible and bad is the best way to learn how to make something good, right? We all start out making jewelry and we all suck at it, right? The first couple of things we make are terrible, but you have to invest that time in making bad things so to reach your skill level. So your skill level reaches a point where you can make the things that are in your mind that are awesome. Here's your homework for the one person who's watching still. Go look up, there's an Ira Glass quote where he talks about creativity and how to make stuff and go look that up, because that is, life-changing. It's a life-changing quote where he talks about, creativity and how you reach a point where your work doesn't disappoint you anymore because it's so easy to do. Anyway, again, obviously I've gone way too long. Thanks very much. I love you all. We will see you next week. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Finish. How do I do this? There.